Hey guys, sorry my voice is kind of like messed up right now. I'm kind of sick and my glasses are a little bit crooked. I think the lady made my ears crooked. I don't know. But I've been getting a lot of like messages through Twitter and other things like that from girls, and a lot of people are wondering like how do you get your self-confidence and how do you just like feel beautiful or sexy or anything like that in the body that you're in, because you know I'm plus size and obviously the girls that are messaging me are plus size. A lot of it comes from within. I know I've had a story time and a collab with like other few people, but I want to share with you a really deep secret with me, or a little, a story that's happened to me. I know I shared a bullying story, and I want to share more story times with you guys and tell you more stuff, but here's one that's a little bit more personal. And I mean, I'm so tired of people feeling like they should hate themselves because they don't fit into society standards. Sorry. I'm trying to get over a cold, and that's how come I didn't get to post a lot of the Halloween videos that I wanted to post because I've been really sick. Get back to what I was saying is, you're beautiful and there's nothing wrong with you. Women and young men these days, they want to fit in, and that's been, that way for hundreds and hundreds of years. They've wanted to always be the best or look identical, and the thing is with that, you don't understand, is you're unique. And you're awesome just the way you are. So let's get into the story about what I'm trying to explain to you guys. When I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I had told you guys that I had gotten diabetes when I was like 11 or 12, something like that. So when I was 13 or 14 years old, I was being bullied pretty hard in school. I was being called slut, whore, jelly roll, fat ass, just a bunch of like really mean names. Things that I really, I'm over it now because I'm older, but I'm just explaining to you guys like what I went through. And a lot of the names I don't even remember anymore. Those are just the ones that I still remember, but they were pretty bad. And because I remember coming home and crying every day in my bathroom. I just lock myself in the bathroom and cry and wonder why I was not thin like my other friends when I didn't even eat anything, and they were constantly eating candy and, just regular sodas and stuff, and I just didn't understand why my body was the way it was, but their bodies were perfect. And what I didn't realize until, a couple years ago is my body is perfect, because my body is my body, and the only person that can truly make you unhappy is yourself. The one person that can only make you happy is yourself as well. So whatever your goals are and you're striving for to be happy, is you need to work on yourself. Don't worry about the voices that are coming from other people or what they're saying or anything like that. It's not worth it. You'll just put yourself through a lot of sadness and grief. Focus on yourself. Stop worrying about if someone thinks you're a cow or a jelly donut, because you know what? That's their opinion. That's one person out of like 9 billion people now, isn't it? How many people on earth? You can't make everyone like you. You shouldn't have that as your goal. The only person that you should want to like you is yourself. Alright, so let's get back to the story. I know that I'm skipping. There's a lot of stuff. Sorry, my brain is like really scrambled because, I'm just so passionate about this, because I'm tired of people hating themselves because of society standards. Society standards. Sorry, I can't say it because my nose is stopped up. But yeah, so I was 13, 14 years old and I was being bullied quite a bit, and so I had diabetes, so I started starving myself. Wouldn't eat anything. I just starved because I wanted to be thin, and thinking that way, I didn't think that I needed the insulin in my body because I wasn't eating. So what happened was even a little bit of sugar that I had, I maybe had like a few chips or like some grapes or some fruit, something just to try to keep me up, because I didn't want my blood sugar to drop. But what happened was that I actually did the reverse. My blood sugar was staying sky high, and I ended up putting myself through ketone acidosis. And if you don't know what that is when too much sugar is in a blood cell, and then it causes damage to the blood cell, which causes it to burst, because what insulin does is it eats the sugar in the blood cell, and it keeps it healthy. But when you're diabetic, that doesn't happen like that. So I was putting myself through ketone acidosis, and I was having too much sugar build up in the body, in which your body can't handle that. So then your organs start failing, and I was getting a little bit of results. I was losing weight for about 2 weeks because I was just throwing up constantly, and I just felt like little people with hammers in my brain. And then finally I was like, I can't anymore, and I told my mom, and I was like, Mom, you gotta take me to the hospital. So she drove me to Atlanta, because I'm from Georgia, so, and Emory was the best hospital for children. Emory's childcare. So I just remember like coming in and out of consciousness, and I remember looking over at my mother and telling her, Mom, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm not feeling well. And of course I hadn't eaten anything in about a week, so I was just throwing up bile, like yellow bile, just constantly. Oh, and she got me a bowl to throw up in, so I was throwing up in the bowl. She was going as fast as she could without getting a ticket. You know, she was afraid of that. She didn't want me to die. She was praying, you know, she was saying the Lord's Prayer. She was doing all kind of things over there, and I don't even really remember going into the hospital. I just remember waking up in and out of consciousness. I remember my grandmother sitting there. I just remember waking up to people. One of the hardest things though was the fact that I was so thirsty. They wouldn't give me any water because you have to flush the ketones out through IV, and so I was so thirsty that I remember tricking the nurses into letting me go to the bathroom, and so I locked the door, sort of like guzzling water out of the sink, which is really gross, I know, but I was so thirsty when that happened. And then I was throwing up over the bathroom, and I'm really terrified of needles now because when I went through that traumatic experience, I remember having doctors and flight teams and stuff like that come in and just stabbing needles into me, trying to find any vein that they could get into because I was so dehydrated. My pH levels were messed up. My brain was swelling. It was floating on water. I basically like flatlined 3 times, and it was really hard for me. I just had a moment of realization there that, you know, you can't do that to yourself. You can't hurt yourself to try to fit into society, because when you get as old as I am, I'm 23 now, and you get older, all those things that are in school or those people say, they're not going to bother you anymore. Because I've had friends that are not my friends anymore, and they pretended to be my friend, but I was like their designated fat friend. I think the thing is with the story is, yeah, I recovered and I'm here, but it left a lot of emotional scars, and it left a lot of health problems for me now, because I chose to try to be the thin girl, but I almost wound up killing myself to do it. And young men and young ladies, that's what I'm trying to tell you is, you're beautiful no matter what. Please do not hurt yourselves. I remember girls taking stool softeners in like school, lose weight, or throwing up in the bathroom. It's not worth it. Your body is beautiful the way it is. You're amazing. There's nothing wrong with you. It took me up until I was 21 years old to realize that I was beautiful and there was nothing wrong with me. And I'm still trying to learn that. The thing is that you're beautiful. And I cannot say this enough, is that you are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop torturing yourself and hating yourself and looking in the mirror and thinking there's something wrong with you, because there's not. What other people think of you is irrelevant. You're amazing yourself. And self-love and acceptance comes within. Comes within. And you need to start telling yourself every day that you love yourself, because that's when you're going to start realizing that you are worth it. Now see, if you want to diet and you want to lose weight and stuff like that, I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm telling you to do it in a safe way. I'm telling you to love yourself first and work on yourself. I'm not saying to, oh, stay fat forever or never lose weight. I'm not glorifying obesity. I'm telling you that being yourself and not worrying what other people think about you is the first step into becoming the person who you're meant to be. And if you guys have any questions or stories that you want to share with me, or anything that you want me to answer, you can contact me through my email, which is FashionMeCurvy@gmail.com, and I will always be there to answer you. I will reply. I will make videos about some of your questions or your stories and respond. Anything that you want. I don't know what I want to call this series, but it's definitely a love thing, and I'm sorry that most of you in this world have to go through bullying and self-hatred this much. That things like that has to happen. You guys are awesome, and I'm so sorry that things like this are happening, but if we just join together and start loving and accepting each other and ourselves, then the world will be just a happier place. Alright guys, I love you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Again, if you have questions or want to contact me, you can do it through my Facebook page or my Gmail, which is FashionMeCurvy@gmail.com. Bye guys.